Hi everyone, Maria here, and welcome to Season 1 of GGUTTALKS, GGUTT, a podcast focusing on business and tech for good, experience design, and gut feelings. You source ideas from communities and so on. You invited some of the participants of one of the hackathons you did, and there was a guy who traveled 10 hours by bus to Nairobi just to listen to an hour of, pitching and how to pitch and stuff like that. Got feedback and was going back the same day by bus, 10 more hours. So he spent 20 hours out of 24 hours of the day traveling for 1 hour. It's just, I wanted to ask you this, kind of maybe at some point in the conversation, but it came about now. Can you expand a little bit on the potential and untapped potential you have in Kenya, because you have lots of gifted individuals? How are you leveraging that and giving them an opportunity?
Yes, you're absolutely right. And I remember the situation that you're talking about. And somehow I wasn't as surprised as you were, because it wasn't the first time that I had seen something like that. I can share with you the first time I had that experience, and it will never leave me. It was 2015, and we were hosting the Innovation Challenge for fire safety within informal settlements. So we put out a nationwide call. We shortlisted the applicants, and then we were having the pitches. And one participant came, and he did his presentation using flip chart. And so, of course, our initial reaction was, this guy's not serious. Like, how do you not come with the proper digital presentation for an innovation challenge, right? Because he had literally drawn his solution. And so when that question came up, as to like, why did you draw your solution as opposed to presenting it? He's like, well, on my way here, my laptop got stolen, and I hadn't saved the presentation. So as soon as I got here, I drew it because I didn't want the opportunity to miss. And to be honest, like, even thinking about it right now, I feel very emotional because one, we're so quick to judge, first of all, but second of all, like, how much passion and determination must you have to walk into that room, to not explain what's happened to you, and to still go ahead and present your solution. And so what we ended up doing was coming together and putting a little bit of money together so that he could end up buying a new laptop. But I think that completely reflects on what you're saying, is that there's just so much passion and determination amongst our youth today. And it really is about finding the right channels and the right opportunities to allow them to thrive and to shine. And so maybe that's a good point, or a good place for me then to even talk about what one of our biggest projects, which is the fabrication and innovation lab that we've set up in Lamu, that's specifically targeting the youth of this country. It's in Lamu, which is at the coast. It's in the coast of Kenya. Beautiful set of islands, blue waters, white beaches, just like heaven. But unfortunately, it's a big problem with drug and substance abuse, unproductive youth, and terrorism. And it's almost like there's just not enough of the right opportunities for the youth. Lamu is very rich in traditional skills and culture, and somehow the work that it takes to achieve those skills is just something the youth these days are not willing, to put time into learning, because we're more digital. We're more that generation of instant gratification. We don't have a lot of patience for the end product, or revenue or income to come in every 6 months, for example. We're very much fast paced, and that's sort of filtering down into the coast and into Lamu. And so what we hope to achieve with the lab is to take these traditional skills of the past, introduce equipment and machinery that's very much of this modern world, and merge the two together so that we can shift, or we can project Lamu into this future that's coming, which can be modern, beautiful, innovative designs that have a link to their past, that have a link to their culture and their traditions. But more so than that, it's about youth living across the country who need a safe space to come and share their ideas and get mentorship and guidance in designing and building prototypes. So those kind of facilities, well, more often than not, are available in major urban cities in Kenya, so Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu. But like, talk about 2-3 years ago, and it was only in Nairobi. And these facilities won't even be accessible without a membership. But think about, somebody living in a low income area that has an idea, like what opportunity do they have to pitch it, to build a prototype, to even see if it's feasible. And that's what we want to do. We want the space to be able to be accessible to anybody and everybody, no matter what their interests are. And we want it to be focused on humanitarian activities. We want to design and develop solutions that address maternal and child health care, that address, saline water issues. How do you promote hygiene practices? How do you build sensors for early warning? So things that can be then invested in by the donor community, because we already have proof of concepts, and then scale them up and make these devices affordable to even the most marginalized.
So you're saying that the innovation lab will be the hub to ideate or come with kind of a prototype or an idea, or come with it or come up with it while being there, and then you will have the potential and support those people to scale and turn whatever they're doing into a business
exactly
as well. Okay,
exactly. So while we're developing solutions for humanitarian challenges, we're also addressing the concept or the issue of economic empowerment. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you kind of mentioned hygiene. I want to ask you, you had some challenges during the pandemic as well, and you introduced blockchain-based Fui Vouchers. Can you expand a little bit on this initiative?
Yeah, sure. So there's a foundation in Kenya called Grassroots Economics. They've been working here for about 10 plus years, using community currencies to sort of facilitate trade amongst and within communities. And the idea of that is that low-income communities don't have to spend Kenya shillings on things that they can, trade amongst each other. So if you're looking at you and me living in a community, and you sell water and I sell chickens, yet we have no money to purchase these things from each other, what does that mean? Does that mean you stay with your chicken and I stay with my water? And there's just, I have something you need, you have something I need, and somehow we can't get it from each other. So we agree on a cost of each unit. And so maybe one of your chickens is 10 liters of water of mine. And so amongst each other, we agree on those quantities, and we're able to trade with each other.